Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. Welcome to Skate Talks number 21. Yes, 21. We made 20 of these before. Anyway, my guest today grew up in Manchester in the UK, and maybe you didn't even knew about it. I didn't knew before, but his first sponsor was Rams. Remedies? Rams? Well, my guest today is Alex Burston. Alex, we're calling you.
Hello there.
Yo, what's up? How are you doing, Alex?
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, and I can listen to you really good. So we're ready to start this. I was trying to introduce you, and I was just starting by saying that most of the people might not know what your first sponsor was, and that was Rams. When you started skating for them, they were already Rams, right? Or Remedies?
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I think they might have still been Remedies. It was when I was like 17, 16 maybe.
Nah, you're still young. You're still young. So that was 11 years ago. They only became Rams once they went UFS. But let's go to the beginning before going that way. Let's just...
Okay.
Why don't you just tell us how did you got into skating? And before you even say that, I'm going to need to say sorry in advance in case I interrupt you. I just can't stop myself sometimes. I'm sorry.
No problem. I'll apologize in case I interrupt you too.
You don't need to. Let's try not to fight. Let's try not to fight. Okay, go for it.
Good.
How did you discover skating?
Well, I've been skating since as long as I can remember. I always had like little, like I had some Sonic the Hedgehog skates, and before that I had the Fisher Price ones that you put over your shoes. I just used to skate around and do this thing that I'd go dead fast and put my skate on the curb and. But yeah, then after that,
did you used to grind with the Fisher Price shadows?
No, with the Fisher Price shadows, I was only just able to crawl up my friend's front garden with them. But then when I started getting a bit better, and I had the Sonic the Hedgehog skates, that's when I started.
So the first grinds are on Sonic skates. Awesome.
Yeah, man. Argos, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Could you three-spin topsail with those? Because you're the guy. When I think of three-spin topsail, I think of you, and I think you can do them with every skate. So
yeah, but that's a challenge. I might have to give that a go sometime.
That would be cool.
But yeah, and then after that, it was the first skate park trip was when I was 6 years old. So that was nearly 22 years ago, and that was my uncle Damien. He used to skateboard, and I was like, oh, what, you can go on the rollerblades too? And he was like, yeah. And I was, oh, sound, let's go. And yeah, since then, that was it, man. That was it.
And this podcast is sponsored by Anchor. If you didn't know what Anchor is the platform that I use to upload my podcasts. Basically, I just upload my podcasts here, and then they make the distribution for Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and so on. It is free, and they still allow me to monetize this podcast even without having a minimum amount of listeners, which is quite cool. They make the connections with the sponsors, with them being one of the sponsors. It's a way to make a little bit of extra cash. I can upload them from my phone, from my computer, even without having this fancy gear that I'm actually using right now. So Anchor is quite cool because it's a one place for you to do everything related to podcasts. So if you want to search or if you want to get into Anchor, make sure to go on anchor.fm, or you can use the free Anchor app. And you kept skating the whole time, or did you stop for a while?
No, basically after that first trip to the skate park, that was me sold. And I didn't stop. Maybe I think when I was 16, 17, I got into a bit of trouble and I stopped for like 6 months, but that was minor, and that was just like that age of life, puberty. I think I was a late bloomer, and puberty came late, so I.
Was it when you found your first girlfriend, or was it when you found anything else in life?
Yeah, we'll say anything else. No, the girlfriends came easy. No, I'm joking. It's them skates, man. Them Sonic the Hedgehog skates since day one. I couldn't get rid of them.
Do you still have them? Do you still have the Sonic skates?
No, I wish I did. I think my mum probably put them on a car boot sale because either I was naughty or she needed some money.
Well, let's see what happens here. Maybe if someone knows of any Sonic the Hedgehog, what size are you?
I'm size 8 now. Get me some Sonic the Hedgehog skates, yeah, please. And
the UK 8 would be European 42. So
42 exactly, yeah.
Or US 9. We're open to get the skates, so we want to see if you can steal True Top. So,
and if you get me some, I will definitely attempt that. I'll do it.
Can some customized skates also work for the challenge? Because we can just give you some other skates and maybe paint them blue and something like that.
Well, yeah, we can just paint like Sonic the Hedgehog on the side of some razors, man. That would be good enough.
No, wait. Last year you had some skates that could have had some Sonic the Hedgehog, because the first time that you skated the shift, or when people first saw the shifts, basically a lot of people didn't even know that they were the shifts, because you were using a technique that a lot of the car companies use. Basically, they put this weird vinyl that people can't really see the lines of the cars. And you did that with the shifts, right? You paint them all over so people couldn't really see what skates were.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was my decision to do. They were like the prototypes, and I wanted to skate them. And Andy, boss man, was like, no, we can't show them anywhere. You can only skate these in private. And I was like, well, what if I just paint them like I usually do with all my other skates? And he was like, okay. So I showed him a picture, and he was like, yeah, cool. Go ahead, skate him.
That's awesome, because it's actually just like the car companies do it. You're hiding the lines. So for those of you testing new skates, if you want to skate them, just paint like with lots of weird paints on top. People won't really know what they're
Yeah, just tag them up, get a white pen or a black pen, and just go crazy. But I went to Croatia to the Pannonian Challenge, and even people that were looking at them close up were like, "Whoa, what are they? Are they?" And I was just like, I just kept quiet. Yeah, no one knew what they were. Yeah, they are.
They are.
They are.
Yeah, man. So for people that don't know, before I start recording this, I usually call the guests, and I don't know everything about everyone. Basically, I don't know anything about most of the people that I call. So what I do is I call them, like I called you before. I usually ask them, I usually ask you guys how old you are, for how long you've been skating. Try to make like a little intro, nothing too crazy. But you told me, and I already said in this podcast, that you skated for Rams. How did that happen? Were you just amazing since day one? Like, was it, I don't know, man, because the way you skate, it's awesome. Like, I guess everyone agrees with it. You have your own way of skating and you're loyal to that. But how did the Rams thing happen?
Well, it was the first thing was BHC. My good friend and I guess mentor in a way, Mark Treble. He hooked me up when I was 15 on BHC, and then from there, I was a hungry kid. I wanted to get out there. It was always my dream to be a quote pro skater. So I guess one time Treble I think he just offered me. He's like, how do you like try Rems out? And I was like, well, yeah, let me try them. So yeah, I tried them for probably about a year or so. And yeah, that was it, man. It was basically through Treble, because he was distributing, and I think he was the team manager for the UK at the time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, because I didn't know about it. But it's funny because Niels also skates Rams, and he also skates BHC. So I don't know if it has anything to do with it. But
I don't think that's connected in that sense. But maybe it was back then. But I don't think
we did one of these with Niels. I think he said that it was Kato after the Winterclash, something like that. It wasn't. It was Mirek from Aaron Skate.
He got the connection through there. Yeah.
But it's funny because it was also my first ever sponsor but back then my first sponsor was in '98, and it was Remedies. It was when I still didn't know back then if they were part of Out, which was the company from Toto,
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's when they first came out. I think it was a model from Out Skates, and then Kato moved to the US, and he started Rams as on his own, not as a model from other brand, but as his own thing. But I think in the beginning was still called Remedies. Only when they came out UFS, they became Rams. They lost the last few words.
Right, yeah, man. Yeah,
and then how did you went from that to USD?
Yeah, yeah. I had the change. I can't remember who. It was basically Lomax actually. It was Lomax and Ollie Bennett. Yeah, I got an offer, and I was like, well, okay. I mean, I liked the Rems for a while. You know, they were good. Had a bit of problems with them.
Did you feel them too soft? Did you feel them like too soft or?
Yeah, it was the open shell ones, the OS. I had, it gave me a bit of. I don't know if it was too soft or whatever, but it just hurt my left foot, and I just was like, right, I need to change. So yeah. Anyway, Lomax tried to get me hooked up. Well, he did get me hooked up with USD. So I put them on, and I ended up skating them for a while. Yeah, and then going on tour for the Show of Force tour.
I always remember you skating the damn yellow ones, the Demetrius.
Yeah, the Demetrius, man. Yeah, they were actually my favourite ones, man. You couldn't miss a grind because you couldn't. They were so bright underneath your feet, you know.
That's awesome. I never thought about it. Maybe that's why Josh is painting his skates glow and silver.
It makes sense.
I never thought about it, but that's actually cool. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what I need. Not to miss grinds, because I can't do like a lot of the shit that you do. But that was one of my next questions, which is I have this theory. Like, if you can do like true top souls or true fish brains or true top porn stars the way that you do, like usually people that can bend their feet inside, they can spin their feet inside, you can put your toes all the way in, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like Gonzo used to. But people that do that, they have a lot of difficulty to do negatives, because to do negatives, you need to do the exact same and then bend your knee forward. Can you do negative tricks? I don't mean like ledge. Would you do like a negative trick down the rail?
Yeah, it's a funny one that actually, because I only really started doing or even playing with negative tricks like maybe 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I've been skating for 22 years, so but yeah, you're right there. I do struggle a little bit with negative tricks. Ledges a little bit easier,
of
but
course,
on rails,
square.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but rails. I've never actually done a negative trick on a street rail, which I really want to. I want to keep practicing. I need a play rail in my area so I can practice them.
Okay, I'm going to give you some advice. Spin your foot outside if you can, and then bend your feet, bend your knee forward. It's the way to do it. The thing is, I never saw anyone like you, like that does the true top side tricks the way you do, doing negatives. Yeah. So that's why I was...
that's it then. That's my next step in it. I've got to up my game there, man.
Prove me I'm wrong. Just prove me. Prove me I'm wrong.
I have done them on park rails, but yeah, nothing on the street. So that's the next step. You can all call me out. Everyone can call me out on this, and I'll do it.
What negative would that be?
Oh, I don't know. A Mistral or a Macchio or a sunny day.
Come on. Mistral doesn't count. I'm sorry. Because that one...
What if I do a switch on natural then?
Nah, man. No. It doesn't count, because that's like like the mist. Like if you do we'll go there after. If you do an alley-oop,
you're putting me on the spot, man.
No. It's just like if you do like a negative Mac, you can work or something like that. It's something that you really need to be on that foot.
All right then. All right. Well, we'll do the negative Mac or the sunny day.
No, I'm not. How can I put you on the spot? The type of stuff that you do, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just maybe you don't.
No, it's a good challenge. Maybe don't just leave it. I'm just gonna I'm never gonna do any negative tricks. No, I actually want to, so I'll put you to that, and you'll see it soon.
Perfect. You need to do them on the Sonic the Hedgehog skates. That's challenge number 2. The
Please
maximum
give me some
challenge.
Sonic skate with a millimeter of a negative grind space. Like.
And then I remember you skating with the USD skates. I remember the first time I saw you skating the yellow skates, and I think I saw you skating the black skates with the yellow sole plates too before. But the first time that I ever saw you skate and he got me like, no way, was in Berlin, in the Winterclash in Berlin. And before that, the day before the Winterclash, we went to another park that they had, and you were there at that park. And I remember there was this guy just doing a little, it was not that little, like a disaster into a quarter pipe. I don't know if you remember that skate park. It was a skateboard park, an indoor skateboard park that had like a bowl too.
Yeah, I kind of remember. I was sure a long time ago. Man.
And there was like a little gap that would come from a quarter pipe to another quarter pipe that was in the middle of the flat bank, something like, and you were doing just like true top horns, gap through top horn, gap through fish, but the way you were doing it is just, let's just say that it's not normal. And I remember seeing that, I was like, no way. And I was like, yeah, I know why why this guy has USD skates, or why is he getting free USD skates. Next thing I remember, you were skating razors and not too long as passed since you got like a pro model. How did the whole razors thing happen?
Yeah, that was it all did happen quite quick actually. Well, yeah, as I was saying, I got hooked up by my USD Nick, and that hooked me up. Went on tour, and then I was always actually skating razors before I skated Rems or anything.
Okay.
I was skating Genesis. They were actually I probably preferred them out of the lot. But yeah, then I think again it was through Mark Treble. I think he contacted Wagner, and he just said, you need to hook this guy up, whatever, blah blah. Sort him out. He's, you trust me, basically.
He's gonna be the next big thing.
Yeah, and I guess Andy Wagner, he trusted Treble's words, and he actually rang me himself, and I was like, what the fuck, who's this? What? Like, I was well surprised. I was blown away, and then I said to him, yeah, let me try the skates, because I would never agree to something without, trying it. So I tried the skates, and I was like, yeah, and that was the SL as well, and I never skated the SL, and I was just like, yeah, that was it. So that's me. Thank you. Yeah,
that's really cool. Like, I don't know if a lot of people do it, but that's actually something that more and more people should do it. I've seen that happening lately a little bit, especially with roller skates, because I'm working also with roller skates. But it's people should actually ask to try the skates. Of course, when you're good, you can be good with everything. That's the truth. You can be good with everything. Like we were talking about you doing whatever you want with any other crappy skates. Doesn't matter. But at the same time, you need to, if you're going to be representing a brand, somehow you need to be happy with the product that you have. Otherwise, you're going to do it while you're in that hype to represent the brand. But after a while, if you don't really enjoy the skates, you're going to find ways.
Yeah, fully. I know people that have, I'm not going to name any names or whatever, but people who, get super ahead of themselves, they'll get offered something and they don't. You can tell that them skates aren't for them. Like take them off, put some other ones on. They may be better for another person, but for the person in hand, just fucking they accept it too soon, and it's like, come on, you could do it better. But
but sometimes you just go with the hype, and it's not just about sponsored skaters. Nothing to do with it. Like I remember, there was like a few years ago before I moved to South Africa. I was not connected with Powerslide anymore, and then I got connected with them again. But I remember that I bought a pair of Velos, and it was never really my skate. And I'm not talking crap about a brand, because they did it amazing, and a lot of people love those skates, but they were not my thing, And I tried them, and the reason why I bought those skates, I guess I just went with the whole hype. And sometimes it just... you just go with it, and that's the thing. And I try the skates, and it's not my thing. But I
always try. I would have tried a friend's skates on first or something, But it's true. It's true. But I'm in love with the razors.
And then tell me, and like we said, so you were like the third or the fourth SL Pro model, because at first it was just the SL, right?
And
then they came with I don't remember, something with the gray details. I don't remember what skates were those.
It was
the first one was the Arrogant Twos. That was the first one. Arrogant Twos.
Yeah. And then was it Dom's?
No, Icons.
Bambrick?
Icons came first.
Icons, yeah.
And then Dom Bambrick, and then if I'm not wrong, it was the SLs, the white ones, or it was, I don't know. I know that the Matthias Sillen came before yours, but then yours came not too late. It didn't.
I'm not sure. I think I can't. Do you know what? It's all quite a bit of a blag to me. I struggle quite remembering what comes where and everything. But yeah, it did happen quite quick, and I was quite surprised actually. Again, I was actually in California when I got presented with the skate, and Andy called me into his office, and he was like, I thought I was in trouble. I was like, whoa, what have I done? And he just held up this skate and was like, what do you think? And I just like went, whoa, like, yo, yeah, give me that.
But that seems like to be a thing too, like with racers. It's like if you travel and if you meet Andy, things seem to happen quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you didn't deserve it or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, if you get into the racers family, it's easier to happen, because there's some skaters that were amazing, but they were never into that connection with Andy. But I guess that's normal with every other brand too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is like you said. You just got to get out there and do as much as you can, and I guess a lot of it comes down to like just meeting new people as well, networking. Just being friendly and
yes.
Being a positive influence in some. I mean, I used to be a bit of a party head, so I was a positive influence in that sense. I was always talking shit to everyone, and so yeah, I guess it's all connects.
Man, being a sponsored skater changed a lot over the last few years. The whole marketing thing is changing, and it's nowadays you work with that too, and we're going to talk about it in a second. But like back in the day, you would need to be a really good skater, which you still need to be now. But back then, that was enough. You could be basically, you could be a dick. You could just hate on every single kid. You could be whatever you wanted, because you had the level of skating to back you up. But nowadays, that's not what a brand wants. It's sad sometimes, because you'll see some guys like me that they're not half as good as some of the pro skaters out there, but I still work with brands, and for some guys that's frustrating. But if you think like on the brand side, you need to see that basically you are a moving advertisement, wanting or not. I said this more than once. Richie Asler added written in his Instagram that he is a toy salesman, and for a lot of people it's hard to understand, but that's what a pro skater is, a skateboarder, whatever. It's a toy salesman. We use toys, and that's what you are, wanting or not.
Exactly, man, exactly. I always say that to people as well. They say, I explain to, like, say someone on the streets who's asking me about what I do, and I say, I'm just a rolling billboard. I'm just a billboard that's rolling down the street. Like, do you want to buy my skates? This is razors, Hey.
It is the truth, man. It's sometimes sad. Some people don't understand it, but it's the truth. And then it's like, would you buy the pair of skates from the guy that it's really good, but he's looking at you like if he wants to kill you, or buy the guy that, yes, he needs to know how to do it, but he actually explains you about the product. He goes out and skates with you. That's the type of people that people want to be surrounded by, and they get influenced by. That's why Montre is so good. I don't know. He's amazing, but then not just that. I keep saying the same. That guy is just amazing.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Like, you like you say, you can't just be good at skating these days. It's a lot of different aspects to it. I mean, the social media side is definitely a big part of, I guess, what we're doing now. To like a rolling billboard. Like that's just, you got to promote yourself. You got to promote the brands.
You can be a rolling billboard at home now, huh?
Yeah, exactly. A rolling billboard behind your computer or behind your phone. Like, it is interesting. It is definitely an interesting
Now tell me, for some people listening to this, they don't know. I never spoke with you about it, but Andy told me at the Winterclash that you are now in charge of Ryan as doing like team management. What other functions do you have with Ryan?
Yeah, man. Andy he basically gave me the role of rain manager, which is quite.
Is it brand manager? Is it team manager? Or
well, I don't think there's actually a full-on label to it. He just basically asked me to deal with it, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Manage the brand, basically.
Basically, I'm basically just behind, picking the team. Well, not only me. It's a team effort, I'd say, but I'm just the guy, the face kind of thing. That's what Andy kind of wants me. He just wanted me to kind of take control of it a little bit, and it's a funny one because Josh is involved also.
Which is amazing. It's amazing. And I tried to make one of these with Josh. And please, if he listens to this or if you speak with him, please tell him to get back to me. I've been trying to contact him for so long. I really want to do one of these with Josh.
I'll message him. Josh, you need to do this. But it's really good. Like, obviously, like I grew up on. I mean, one of my favorite videos was "Sell Your Soul to Rome." I've been skating a lot of time before that, and I've seen Josh's parts in loads of other things, and then when this came about, I get to speak to him, and I'm like, wow, I'm still this little kid blown away.
I need to interrupt you right there. I know that you are a huge Wu-Tang fan. If you like Josh, and if you're a Wu-Tang fan, have you seen VG7?
Do you know what? I have. I know I have.
Make yourself a favor. Make yourself a favor and go watch Josh Petty section, because he had the first ever section that someone actually skated fast, like proper fast. That was like, seriously, that was the real game changer. Like when that part came out, he used to skate fast. It was tech. There was not a lot of people as tech as him, and he had his own style. It was good, like amazing. And then I remember after a few years, someone else came with something like skating that fast. I would say like maybe Louis Amore, VG14. I think that's it. But
yeah,
man, that was amazing. Go make yourself a favor and watch that. And that's one of the reasons why I also want to speak with him. But now I'm talking to you, and now my question related to that Ryan thing was that the reason why you made the Ryan tattoo? Because someone asked us, I don't know, I think it was on Facebook, was asking about the tattoo.
Yeah, I've seen that. So basically, I was kind of in charge of doing like the first marketing scheme, and that marketing idea or advertisement. We had a few ideas, and I think it was Jeff Akers. He was like, "Have you got any more tattoos?" And I was like,
"Do you have space?"
and I have you got any more space to tattoo? And I literally. That day I was thinking about maybe I could get a rain tattoo. Maybe we could do something with that. And no shit. Excuse my friend. And and I was like, yeah, I have got space. Let's try and do this. And it was basically just for the advertisement. But then again, rain was always a big part of my childhood. Kind of, I'd always liked that brand. I like the symbol. I've already got a big lion on my back, so I was like, why not add an eagle?
It's cool. It marks a period of your life, That's what I keep saying.
Exactly.
I don't have that many tattoos, but what I got, it means something to me. It needs even if you have if you're like quite full, that means that you have a lot of periods that you want to remember forever. But you know what I mean? Like if you have a lot of tattoos, all of them might seem something to you. Might mean something to you, so it's another one.
No, exactly, and I like the tattoo what I got done as well, so it's good. And I'm an ink addict, so it's.
And are you looking for rolling billboards for rain?
I told you I'm a rolling billboard, bro.
No, but I'm looking what are you looking for? What type of rolling billboards are you looking for, Ryan? Like, do you have any skaters in mind already? Do you have the full team done? Are you halfway through? What are you looking for in the skater? So that if some people listen to these, if they're interested in, I don't know, just
Well. I can't tell you too much about the whole thing.
Yeah, you know that I do the rolling billboard part for my feet, which is we are fighting right now.
All right. This is the fight.
So, no, this is me just trying to get your strategies, and once I get your strategies, then I know what to do next. And I'm studying the opponent.
Okay, well
I'm kidding, man. I don't care. You know.
Well, I'll tell you what the kind of plan is. Yeah, I'll give you a rough.
Okay, don't tell me too much.
No, I'm not going to. If I did, I'd have to kill you.
No, the truth, like we are playing around with this, but for anyone listening to this, basically, I guess we're both for the same. We might work for different brands, completely different brands, different groups, whatever.
Yeah.
But the truth is, we both want the same, which is the best for skating. We both want skating to grow, and in the end, we're all here for the same, and that's why we're doing this interview. Like, if I would be just pushing the brands that I work with, I would never do this, you know? It's not about it. It's about growing skating. Because if I work with a brand, but if skating grows, even if I'm pushing other brand, skating is winning. In the end, we all going to get something out of it, which is skating will grow. So now I'm going to let you talk, and I'm going to stop talking because I just can't stop. I'm going to put a cookie in my mouth. I'm sorry. That's the only way.
Right, yeah. What was he talking about? We were saying about the rain. Anyway, yeah, we kind of have the whole team ready. We basically do. But as you might know, as you might have seen, obviously I'm on the team. I've got to make sure I'm not saying anything I shouldn't know.
And you do good torques, so let me tell you do some good frontside torques. That
nice
video was sick.
Oh yeah, I had 2 torque sides. Yeah, I was debating whether to use both of them, and I ended up did. I was like, yes, I'll use one of them's rocket, one of them's normal. I'll use both. It
doesn't matter, man. You can do a full part just with true spin topsails, and I still watch it because it's just.
I might do that in the Sonic skates.
Exactly. But you need to put a negative in it, just as an ender.
Oh yeah, a negative true topsail.
If you can do it.
Nah, you know what? I'd probably that. I don't know. I'd have to do some distortion of my ankles or some shit.
Photoshop.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Photoshop, man. I'll do the picture. But anyway, yeah. So as you may know, Nils is on the team, which is booming. One of the best in the world. Yeah, and then it's Wednesday today, isn't it? So tomorrow you'll see the next. I don't know when this talk's going to go live, but
yeah, it's going to go live tomorrow, so Thursday.
Yeah, cool. So today there'll be another release of another rider, another introduction, which you will see. Which I won't say anything now.
I know he is. He's German. Yes, and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, maybe come
not.
On. You'll see.
Okay. The German one is amazing. He watches a lot of TV. But it doesn't go on the channels that go on the second one. It just goes on the first and on the third channel. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I like that. That's clever, that, isn't it? You're clever.
Okay, go.
No more, yeah?
Okay.
I really like that. That was a good one.
Okay.
But I think that a lot of people might know that already. But yeah, we'll keep that there.
Just a TV guy. It's just talk
he's
about
a TV guy. Yeah, he needs to chill out. He's getting hypnotized by that TV, man.
It is amazing.
No, he's an absolute beast. So wait until you see the team. What we've got so far of the introductions, they've all absolutely smashed it, and especially the TV watcher as well. Well, not especially. Not especially.
All of them.
No, especially,
okay.
But all of them.
Man, you're a team manager. Now you can't say anyone is too good. You need to make them all happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I've got to be careful what I say. Shit. I've never been in this position really where I have secrets.
Oh.
I have secrets. I can't.
Come on.
I feel it. All right. Anyone, I'll pay you. You can pay me. I'll tell you all the secrets.
Yes, you need to make a Patreon. You know what the Patreon is?
Yeah. Because the
TV guy.
I nearly fucking. Sorry, excuse. This is hard, man. Can we stop talking about
Okay,
this?
let's talk about that. Let's go to something else.
joking.
No,
Alright.
my next question. After that, you were saying that you have someone being presented the day that this is out. Do you have any other projects for any other products or anything like that coming out soon? Things that you can talk, obviously.
Yeah. Products.
Because a lot of people keep asking about the old Rhine liner, the one that had the neoprene, the tall one. Remember that one?
Yeah, well, with Rain, there is a lot of talk going on about, you know, different molds and whatever, new clothes and whatever. But again, that's a bit of a touchy one, which nothing's been set in stone yet. It's all. Oops, excuse me. Hey, cheers, guys. That was
the best.
That was a smoothie that Laura made me. Thank you, Laura. It made me burp. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's bits and bobs being talked about. But yeah, you guys will see that. But aside that, with like filming and such, I've got lots of stuff going on at the moment. One of my friends he's coming back from New Zealand, but we're in the middle. I was actually meant to make a BHC wheel promo, but my friend who was filming went on holiday for a month and he got jobs, and so that's been postponed. So I'm thinking about just saving all the footage for like throughout the year.
Is that for the green wheel, or there's a new wheel coming out?
Yeah, for the green wheel that's been out for ages.
Maybe keep it, man. Keep it for the next one coming out. I'm just saying this in the marketing point of view.
That's what I'm thinking, bro. Yeah,
because that makes sense to put out when there's a new product, so that you create a hype around it. Unless, just a marketing tip, unless you guys producing like a second batch of those wheels, if there's a lot more wheels coming out, then you just release it and then kind of do like a little boost. That'd be a cool thing too. I think people always want to do it, but at the same time, the VOD just came out now. So if you're gonna put something out right now, it won't have the same.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean, and that's what I was kind of thinking as well. You know, and
unless you do it like me, you do videos every day, and you don't really care about putting the best tricks out there. It's more about putting consistent content, and that's my next question. You started like a vlog and people were loving what you were doing. You were doing like once a week you would upload something, and used to be like a weekly video. What happened there?
Yeah, I was quite enjoying that as well, and I had some really good feedback. But there's just more immediate things that needed my attention in life, you know, and it did take up quite a lot of time. It does take up quite a lot of time to do them vlogs, and as you know, and at the time, you know, maybe if I carried on, maybe one day it could have earned me a little bit of income, but like I said, I had more immediate things to deal with and needed to make some of my own money and whatever, and I just didn't have the time, which is the typical thing. A lot of vloggers start and stop because it's the time and
it's not just that. There's two things. I would say that when you start something like that, the first thing is, I'm not saying that was your reason, but a lot of people, especially out of skating, when they start something, they start by dreaming the money that comes from Google. I'm not saying that was the reason that you started something. No. Obviously, you skate and you know that the people that will watch is not as much as if you be like a BMXer, like one of the best BMXers in the world. It's not the same. But what I'm trying to say is, a lot of times sometimes it kills your motivation because you spend as much time as you know that you did, and then instead of having like 300 or 400,000 views, you get like 200 views, and you be like, oh damn it, all this time for this. But at the same time, if you think about our world, our skate world, it's doing something for it, and obviously that would be the second tip. Is like the second thing is, the more you do it, the faster you become at it, which not just for the YouTube thing that you're doing or the vlogs or whatever, but you're going to end up taking advantage out of that, even for works, jobs, whatever that you'll find in the future, because you're going to become a better editor, you're going to become better with the camera.
Yep.
And that might bring you job opportunities in the future. I'm not saying that you're looking for those, but it's just like for people out there who wants to start something. It's cool. It's something good to it. Like if you start something, if you do it consistently, it doesn't need to be every day. It could be like once a week, once a month, whatever. If they do it consistently, with time will grow, I guess.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. And it wasn't fully the income reason why I stopped. Actually, I borrowed the GoPro off my friend Fraser Watson. Don't know if you remember Fraser.
Of course, I remember Fraser. True top porn on that San Dieguito.
One of the biggest, one of the best, and I look up to him a lot. And but yeah, he actually was the guy who got me into doing the vlogs, because he was doing his vlogs, and I was like, you know what, this is inspiring me. If I could do that for other people, that'd be amazing, you know. And which, it seems that I did. But maybe I will carry on doing it again.
Man, a lot of people, like, you know, that some of the most successful guys just use their phones, man. You can even just edit on, if you have an iPhone, you edit on iMovie and you can do something amazing. Because it more important than the camera being amazing and the sound being amazing, more important than anything, it's that people can see your personality somehow. Not just the skating, you know, just that's what's lacking a lot in a lot of skate pro videos. It's like the kids who watch it, they want to know a little bit more. You don't need to show your life, man. You don't need to show your wife, your kids. It's more about your personality, and that's what people want to see, and they identify with it. That's why those Big Brothers and all those things end up being successful, you know, because people want to get in other people's lives, which it might be a little bit weird, but you only show whatever you want. So
it's true, man. I mean, like, it makes you have a sense of, I guess, you're not being alone, you know. I mean, like I said, I got inspired off Fraser's, and a lot of things he said on that is like, oh, you know, it inspired me. Realize, you know, you're not alone. You're not. No one's perfect, and it's good to see,
dude.
That even the. I mean, like, I'm just a lad from Stockport, Manchester, you know. So people who know me know that I'm not, you know, not perfect. But people who don't know me and see me as a quote pro skater, they might think, oh, he's a pro skater. I've had people tell me, oh, I thought you, for example, one guy at Summer Clash years ago, when I was a bit crazy then anyway, he was like, oh, I thought you was going to be like Aragon, you know, all clean cut. and then he looked at me and I was like, mate, I've got bean juice on my vest. And I was being a bit of a rugged kid, you know. But it's true, like, you know, you're getting to see the personality, and maybe I'll start up again. It's got me thinking.
Yeah, man, it's like from what you're saying, not just your personality, but even the way you skate. It was cool. I remember the ones you did. There was like sometimes you're playing games of it, and people also see you missing tricks, because even Aragon missed tricks, or Aaron Feinberg. Everyone does miss tricks.
Yeah, for sure.
It's part of it, and that's motivational, you know. That's no one's perfect, and we're all still learning forever. Okay, before going to the next question, I'm gonna ask you about Fraser Watson, because I used to love that guy. I'm gonna ask you about Fraser. I used to love that guy so much. Like, basically everyone that could do a true top porn I used to love, because I was never able to do them. So, see, you're on the top of my list too. There's a few guys that can do them. Like, but I remember that he was so good. But like last year, he was doing some posts on Facebook, and it was just like it seemed like it was so out of skate, not so out of skating, but against skating somehow. I don't want to badmouth anyone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. I'm not badmouthing, and I'm the first one to say I was a huge fan of him.
Yeah, man.
But why do you think that happens? Was he expecting something else from skating that never really happened? Was someone that made him understand something completely wrong? I don't know, man. I would love to see that guy still connected to skating. That's why I'm asking this.
Yeah. Well, I don't know fully. I do speak to Fraser quite often. He lives in Manchester. He's been in it for years. So, but I think he just had enough. I think it may have been taking its toll on his body, and you know how good he was. Like, amazing. He couldn't just go. And I think Fraser's mentality is go big or kind of go home.
Yeah, if you're not doing it, you'd rather not even do it.
Yeah, and he's just like that. You know, he wouldn't go to a little ledge and try and have a chilled session. He'll want to smash that shit up, you know, and I guess from my angle, it might have been a few reasons maybe, but yeah, I think a lot of it was taking its toll, and he went through some different directions in life, and now he's actually skateboarding now.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing. Like for someone that comes from inline skating, it doesn't want to play around with a tiny ledge. Now you go skateboarding, you go all to the beginning. But maybe that's challenging for him, and that's what he's looking for. And it's not up to me to judge anything. So.
Yeah, well, he couldn't even stand up on a skateboard like 2.5 years ago, and now he's doing blunt to fakies. He's doing all sorts of crazy shit on a skateboard.
That's sick, man. It's awesome.
That's his personality, his mentality is like, I can't do it. I want to do that. So, yeah, he's spending his time. But he was out with us like on Saturday actually all day. There was like, I think there was like 10 skaters, and then Fraser came out on his skateboard. He was cruising around with us all day, man. It was nice. It felt like the old days, apart from he wasn't on rollerblades.
Come on, that's awesome. You know what? I guess you really, really need to start those vlogging things and put him back on skates. You'll get a lot of people watching it. And if he gets like good feedback, it might even be the thing that he wants to get back on skates. Maybe.
Maybe. I
think
every now and then I'll see a little twinkle in his eye that it seems like he wants to get on the rollerblades. So we'll see. I'll keep feeding him these little.
Maybe.
Hopefully,
maybe he needs a shift. Pro model
maybe
of Alex Burston to get back into skating. Is that going to happen?
Oh, a lot of people have asked me this, and I'm keen. Obviously, I'm up for that. But yeah, I hope so. I hope so soon. You know, I'm a believer in going with the flow, and not going against the grain.
Okay. I
think at the moment, Andy has some ideas, some plans for the next skates or whatever. But I'm going to ask him about that soon. Yeah, because like I said, a lot of people have asked me. A lot of people, there's demand for it, you know. And I don't know if it was just because the colour of the SL and people wanted it, but just people saying I'm waiting for the Burston, the new Burston.
They want the same colour. Would you go for the same colour?
Well, I don't know what I'd go for. But it just in general, people have been saying I'm waiting for the Burston shift. I'm waiting for your skate, Alex. And I'm like, when's it coming? And well, yeah, and it's I don't know.
Keep waiting.
But we'll see. I'll see what I can do there.
Let's hope that bring Fraser back on skating too. So let's hope it doesn't take too long.
Let's hope so.
Okay, so talking about future. There's something coming out that will not coming out. There's something about to happen that will change your life forever. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. I'm going to be a dad very soon, very soon.
How long from now? Do you have an idea?
She's meant to be due on the 13th of May.
Awesome.
So Laura is on the edge of popping, and she just wants Alice out. We've already got a name for her. She's called Alice, little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very blessed, very excited. I mean, I've only just started learning how to look after myself, so.
I know what that is. You tell me. Mine is 11 months, and it's like, man, all I can tell you is what I'm sure everyone told you a million times already, which is. Your life will change forever, but like it's the best thing. And I know that everyone might have told you that, so it's nothing new, but it is the truth.
I've been told that for sure, and it already has changed for the better. Like it's already like grounded me, you know. I already feel like my head's screwed on my shoulders a lot more than it used to be. You know, I've got to take a lot more responsibility now of myself and of my surroundings and all this and that, but yeah, man, I'm so excited.
You know what?
But yeah, look,
I'm gonna tell you about what I see happening. It happened to me, but I see it happening with a lot more people. That type of responsibility will make you better at whatever you do. If you choose to be a skater, if that's what you want to be, like connected to skating, working with the brand that put you as a manager now, but you might have more opportunity over there. It's going to make you better, because that responsibility, that pressure that you end up putting it to yourself, it makes you better.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter being better, like we said already. Being better just doesn't mean doing 180 more or 360 more into a trick. Being better means a lot more. Being like responsible, being there when it's needed, being there when it's not needed, but you create the need, for brands or for whatever you want to do in life. It doesn't need to be just that. But I'm sure you're going to be a great dad. You will. There's no other way.
Thank you.
If you're good at skating, it's just, man, you're winning in something. You just need to translate it to live on that part of your life, and you're going to be the best. That's it.
Hey man, I can't wait. I'm a big kid. I'm a really big kid. Ask Laura. I piss her off so much. But I just can't wait to go and play on the streets and in the park with a child without looking like a weirdo playing on my own.
But that's something that I wish, like you tell me, I have no idea. I'll visit in Manchester, man, because that's one of the things, I wouldn't say I regret, but that's one of the things that I would love to be different in South Africa, because I grew up in a small town, man. I grew up in a town that I would wake up at 7:30. I would watch my first cartoons. 8:30, I was out. I was the street kid, man. I was all the way. If there was no school, I was playing. I was stealing wood from the construction to build ramps since I was 5 or 6.
Yes.
I would be on a skateboard. I would be on whatever. I would be running around. I would be playing soccer against doors, like if it was a goal. I was the street kid. I was able to do it. Now, of course, I have a girl, not a boy, but in South Africa, it's not safe for me to have my kid outside, and that's one of the things that it's killing me. And my question is, how is it in Manchester? Would it be safe for you to just have your kids out, or I have no idea, man.
Yeah, man. Well, first I'd like to say that's pretty crazy how it's not safe for you. I didn't know. I mean, I know a little bit, but yeah,
it's kind of weird.
It's quite deep.
Yeah, it is. It's like one of those things. It makes me think of one day, maybe not too far from now, actually moving back or going somewhere where I can actually feel. Because my priority, like I might love skating, I might love what I do and whatever, but my priority is not me anymore. And that's what we were talking now. It's changing for you too. So
yeah. Well, Manchester's good, man. A lot of people, say it's like rough and all that. It's not, man. You just gotta know how to treat people or how to speak to the people that may approach you. But I'll be able to walk down the street with my little one, like no problem. I can take her to the park. There is probably certain places. Well, there's obviously certain places that you wouldn't go.
Of course.
But no, Manchester's good, man. I could walk through the town centre and I could go to the woods and just do whatever I want. It's safe. It's pretty safe. We have it good. Even though it rains a lot and the people can be quite moody.
Yeah, that's one of the things that would kill me. And that's something that I don't know, man. It's like I have a lot of friends that moved from Portugal to England, like especially after 2009 when the crisis hit up, really eat Portugal, and a lot of people started moving. I never moved because of it somehow, but I always felt like this might seem stupid, and please don't get me wrong if you are in the UK. No. I somehow felt sorry for them because I grew up next to the ocean in the sunniest country in Europe, and see people moving away from that to living under a cloud all year long was just
fuck's sake,
man. And some of them are really good friends of mine, and I have a lot of friends living in the UK, like they were born there and everything. Don't get me wrong, it's just I couldn't. I'm sorry,
mate. No, do you know what? Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's probably a hard thing to watch. That's one of the reasons I moved to Malaga for
and
a
that's
bit.
what I was going to ask you then. After that, why are you back in the UK? Why are you back in Manchester and not in Malaga? Have you ever thought about moving back?
Yeah, I have. But obviously, when after the baby's born and everything. But Manchester just kept calling me back home, man. I mean, I went to Malaga. I had my back problems, which was, I'm not sure if it was sciatic or whatever, but either way, I healed. The sun healed me. I did the right things there. And I think it was just time for me to come back, and yeah, it just kept calling. Manchester's a calling, man. It's the motherland for me. But I can see myself moving with Laura and the little one
to the sun.
Yeah, just to the sun, or even just traveling a bit more. I'd like to give Alice the best life she can, and like the most open. You know, a lot of people around here where I live are very close-minded. You see people on rollerblades and they look at you like you're an alien, and you're like, mate, it's 2018. I could be on fucking, it's crazy.
I had a few fights on the way to work. Like, my scooter was broken like a month ago, and I used to I still come now even without a broken scooter, but for that month I came every single day. I skated to work. It's like 7 kilometers, something like that. Like for 3 or 4 days in a row, I found the same old woman, because I was coming at the same time. And the same old woman, like, always like buzzing her car. And the third day, man, I really freaked out. I went to that window like with an open like hand, and I made a noise with my hand on that window, like, hey, this is my way of moving. I'm not doing anything illegal here. If you don't like it, well, you're more than welcome to stop the car and just wait for me to do it, because I'm not going to stop doing it. I need to get to work. This is my way of moving, so like it or not. Sorry, deal with it.
Yeah. People get issues.
Dude, but I guess our attitude is everything. Our attitude, like the way you deal with those. Like sometimes, you know that when you see the kid in the skate park being bullied, it doesn't matter what sport he's doing. The kid being bullied and putting his head down, it's seriously the worst thing. I'm not telling the kid to fight everyone, but it's your attitude. Show something. Like, you're enjoying. Even a smile is better. Like, they're making fun of you, you smile at them like, I don't know what's wrong here. And then you enjoying something. You know, sometimes that's more frustrating than anything else. I guess attitude. I keep saying the same. Attitude is everything. So
yeah, for sure. What we don't get taught at a young age is that we ourselves, as a solo person, we have the power in us to change any situation. You know, I live in Manchester, so I get approached by crazy fucking, not gonna take this with a pinch of salt, fucking idiots will approach me and try and start fights or whatever, but you know, I'll smile and I'll speak to them. I'll turn it around, and by the end of it, they're talking to me about skating, and they're telling me about their life story. So we have the power. We have the power within us to mold any situation to how we want. You know, it's how we react. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, or something like that. So yeah.
I guess, like,
I don't know.
In that, you're a little bit like me. I'm going to make you another question that has nothing to do with what I was going to ask you next. But have you ever been robbed? Have you ever been robbed?
Once, but that was my own fault. I'm not going to say too much about it. But I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay.
And this was when I was really young, actually.
Okay, let's say it was in that area of the nose. So we.
yeah. It was in the naughty times, and I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and some guys took some stuff off me. But it was funny, actually. I was like 20. I was going to California a week after this happened, and I'd just getting a cast off. I was on my way to the hospital to get a pin taken out my arm. So as these guys were robbing me, punching me in my face, I had my arm up in the air, like, no, I'm going, it's not worth it. You know, I wasn't fighting back, because I was like, in my head, I was like, if I fight back here and they put my arm up, I'm not going California. So I was like, I had my arm up in the air, like getting punched in the face, and then they took my shit off me, and then I just went to the hospital with a bloody nose and was like, hey, I'm going to California next week. These guys are still, this guy's probably going to prison in the next week. Do you know what I mean? So. But apart from that, no. Other people have tried, and no one's ever got as far as that time. So.
Yeah, the reason why I made you that question is because I see you like me when it comes to that. It's like, you talk to people, man. Like, someone would come, like the kids. Man, I live in a place, like I said before, it can be dangerous. But you'll see the kids coming to you, or you see like adult. It's the way that you act with them. Like, man, just like you said, they come to you and you end up talking about skating or whatever, and we can actually
man.
come out of these type of situations. But my question next would be like, because you were saying that you would love to travel. Do you, what you do for a living now, it's mainly related to skating. Do you need to be somewhere specific to, or you can be whatever you want, wherever you want in the world at the moment? Obviously,
I can't,
if you're going to travel or something,
moment,
it's going to be expensive, but...
Yeah, I mean, at the moment I could be wherever I want in the world, I guess. As long as I had a computer, a phone, the internet, and my rollerblades, then
awesome.
Then I can be anywhere, because I could stay in contact with the world, and I could know when competitions or events are on, and then I can do my online media, like whatever, blah blah blah. So yeah, I could be. That's what helped me move to Malaga. If I didn't have that, I couldn't have survived in Malaga.
That's awesome. That's basically like me. That's why I was asking, because I'm trying to get some motivation here for people out there that think that, because a lot of people, I don't know if you saw a video that I made. Yeah, you did saw, because even you got back to me. You sent me a message about it. Like when people go like really negative about what we do, and yes, we all know it's not the same as it was in '98, but it's up to us. I keep saying the same. It's up to us to change it. And like, I'm trying to give like a positive example by you saying that what you do right now, you can actually do whatever you want to be in the world. Obviously, you might not be as much paid as if you would be like the guy that just won the X Games last week, as an example. But there's opportunity to grow.
There is definitely opportunity to grow, and like you were saying before, the more you do stuff, the more you get in. The more people seeing it and blah blah, it all works out. But like you said about the money thing, like to me, time is a million times more important than money. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get as much money as Gary working in the office. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know who Gary is. Gary sacrifices his time 9 to 5.
But Gary is robbed, man. When Gary comes out, Gary is robbed.
Yeah, he's robbed. He's got his 9 to 5 in an office. He's sacrificing all of his time for a lot more money than what I would get right now. But I would way prefer to have my time than any of that money. That's way more important. I can wake up when I want. Yeah, but even if, because that's kind of like what I see when I see you talking right now, I see myself, and it's actually the same. But what you do, that doesn't mean that you're going to wake up at the time that you want for the rest of your life. And that what I'm trying to say here is like, if you keep doing what you're doing, and if you're going to keep growing in what you do, there will be the time that you will be working 20 hours a day. But the good thing, because that's what I see myself right now, because for me to do all these things that I'm doing with you right now, or for me to do the videos, I'm not getting paid by any company. I do it because I want to do it. But at the same time, it puts that smile on my face that, like you said, Gary will never have it in the office. So he might work from 9 to 5. Yeah, he might work from 9 to 5. But even if I work from 4 in the morning to 12, I got the smile on my face because I'm doing what I love to and what I choose to do. And you're doing it when you choose, when you want.
Yes, exactly. I don't need to do it from 4 to 12.
There's no, like, that's for me, that is one of the big... I've had loads of horrible jobs, I was a bin man, which people might already know, and worked in shops and done labouring, and you have to be there at a certain time, and man, I don't like that. I don't like to be told when I have to be in a certain place at a certain time. The freedom is so important, but I do have a lot of respect for people that do that, man, because it's hard, man. It's not easy, Of
course, I'm not, man, I'm the last one to be able to say anything to anyone who works from 9 to 5. I've never. It's not up to me. What I'm trying to say here is that there is opportunity out there for people who wants to be related to these. That's what I keep saying. Just don't say it's that. Man, it's not. It's here. It's up to you. Start your own thing. Pull it up. Exactly.
Yeah, there's opportunities everywhere. All you got to do, where there's a will, there's a way. And if you, that's it. But and it's never dead as long as if there's one person doing it, it's still alive.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I guess it's true. It is true.
But that's I guess that's kind of extreme, the extreme of it. But yeah, man, yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy world.
And now with what we're talking about, there was someone that made one of these questions that might be cool for me to ask you. Where do you see skating in 5 years from now?
Yeah.
I'm sure you see yourself with a girl skating.
Yeah, definitely. With little Alice on some rollerblades. If she wants to, she might not like it, but I'm sure she will because mum and dad skate, so she'll be looking up to us. But I see it. The law of nature says that everything what goes around comes around, I guess. So I don't know, man. I do see it slightly coming back up, you know, in little ways, like you say, in different ways. It's not the same. It won't be the same as it was, but in its own way, it seems to be coming back up. So I'd like to think that in 5 years' time, it'd be kind of similar to it is now, but just with more opportunities for more people, you know, like. Mm-hmm. So all these people that are doing this crazy shit, doing like life-threatening, technical, flipping, just absolutely amazing. Like, you know, you see these videos, humans are amazing or whatever. Like, that's what we are, man. We're doing amazing stuff, and it'd be nice to see more opportunities for people doing that to arise, so people can just, you know, like you say, not be rich. Well, mentally rich, like myself. I'm mentally the richest person I know.
That's all you need, man. That's all you need. If you are in a good mood, things happen to you. I said it more than once, and I keep saying it to everyone.
Yeah, man.
If you need to choose something, there's two things. Like, man, you were 15. There were two girls in front of you. There was the happy one that you could have fun, you could go out, whatever, you could enjoy, and there was the other one that was always crying. Man, there's no way you could never go to the crying one. It's just no, man. It's
if you want to get deep into it, then I'd be like, right, both of you sit down. Right, we need to. Why are you upset? Let's make you happy.
You wanted both, man.
I want to make everyone happy. That's probably one of my. I struggle a lot actually when sometimes you have family issues and people get sad, and I'm like, why isn't everybody happy? I just want everyone to be happy, but it's not the way. But yeah, you know, I guess that's some of the reasons why I am where I am, because I'm a gobshite. I'm quite happy most of the time. When I'm not happy, you won't see me, because I'll embrace that I am down or I'm sad, and I'll take a day or two out. But you know, I talk a lot. I'm there. I talk shit, like truthful shit. But you know, that's it. Positive attitude. What's the word? Positive energy activates constant elevation. You know, you're positive. You're getting higher. You know, you're growing with this positivity. Yes, and when you bring the negativity in, you let that seep into your soul. That's when you start shrinking.
You'll start seeing people getting away from you and all that. And that's one of my next questions too. We started speaking positive things. We went negative, not tricks. You were really close to Quinton Newsom, right?
I was, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say really close, but he was a good friend. And yeah, we had some good times together. Some which I can remember and some which I can't from the party times. But yeah, Keaton... Yeah, he was a good friend, man. Bless him, bless his soul. Yeah, it's crazy times when I heard that, man.
It's weird. It's weird because I've been trying to understand if he ever. It seems like he never reached anyone. You know, like he tried to do his own thing.
Yeah, well, I didn't know too much about him personally. He's like complete, you know. The mental. I knew he was on medication. He told me he suffered from anxiety and stuff like this. And but I actually tried to contact him a couple of times, you know, regarding ground control and just tours and whatever. And you know, he never got back to me. And I knew that he wasn't.
Was he still in charge of ground control back then?
I think so, but I'm not completely sure because, like I said, there wasn't much communication towards the end. But yeah, fucking love you, Keaton, man. Yeah, man.
It's pretty sad. Anyway,
I've actually watched three lives go from this earth in the space of the 9 months that Alice has been growing inside Laura's belly. Which is quite crazy if you think about it like that, you know. But yeah, mad. Life is a mystery.
yeah, man.
What's the saying? I'm gonna give you another quote. What's the quote? Hold on.
Wait, just give me a second, because my dog is here with me in the office and is just going mad. Come here.
Hey
Echo.
up, dogger. What's the dog called?
Daco.
Daco. Oh, that's
Come here.
cool.
Come here, Daco.
Hey up, Daco. Can you hear me?
No, wait. We can put the headphones.
Daco.
It's all good. She's
Chill out.
here. She's just chilling.
Nice.
All good.
But yeah, I was gonna say. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
That's awesome.
And I learned that from Kung Fu Panda.
Are you? What? Wait. Did you heard that from Kung Fu Panda like 15 years ago, or have you been watching Kung Fu Panda for when your daughter comes?
Well, I learned it when it first came out, but I love all them cartoons, man. I love all that stuff. I'm a big kid, like I said, so. But yeah,
so you're gonna have a really good time now.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait. She's ready. She's gonna come. She's got the best parents to play with. Like I said, I'm a big kid, so she's gonna have a big friend to play with.
Now you're gonna need to push Andy to make kids skates. I don't know.
Yeah.
You need to somehow do something over there.
Well, they've got the little Genesis skates, haven't
Yeah,
they?
the Genesis. But how big are those? I don't know. I
Yeah,
think they start like on
maybe
35. You're gonna need something like tiny. I was trying to speak with John Julio about it too. The last time I made the skate talk with John Julio about them, we were talking about like it's needed. We really need more of these, like not just the aggressive skate, but like entry level skate, like your like your Sonic the Hedgehog.
Your Sonic the Hedgehog ones or the Fisher Price ones. Yeah, exactly, man, exactly.
We need more of that.
Yeah, for sure. Get the kids hyped.
So, Alex, before we finish this, just straight to the point. Who's your favorite skater at the moment?
Oh, well, that's quite a hard one. Who? I really enjoy skating and watching Joe Zenk.
Okay.
But a lot. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard actually. A lot of my favourite skaters are the people I skate with. So I guess like you'd say like Matty Vella, young Manchester lad, smashing it at the moment. Well, he's always smashing it. Just got the best steez. It's a hard one, man. Who else is there that's stuck into my mind? I'm really bad because I'm quite forgetful of the names. I'm really bad with names. But I know a lot of people have been smashing it. Obviously, like, I don't know. Been what? Man, you put me on the spot there. Man, I don't know.
You've been going a lot to Spain. I don't know. Like, what about any of those guys from Barcelona? I don't know. Was there anyone out there that really made you like, yes?
Well,
Josh, I don't know, from Malaga, like living in Malaga with him. I don't know. Someone that really got you like, no way. I got that every day, so I don't know. I say to everyone, you're the best. So just
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm similar as well. If they've got good vibes and I see their motivation levels and they're happy, whatever. Then it's
so you have a lot of best. It's all good.
A lot of best, yeah. But like I say, I just enjoy skating with the people I skate with. They're my favorite. Like.
That's cool.
If you're there at the time, you're my favorite.
Dude,
skater.
I want to be there then.
Yes.
I want to be someone's favorite. Yes.
We'll and the thing is, sure.
And what about big wheels? I know that you've been skating them too. Someone was asking, what do you like the most? Because I know that Ground Control is now making 110s and 125s. Yes. You were skating also on the bigs, right? From those, what do you think of this whole big wheel thing? Or
From those
I
big
love
wheels,
it.
what do you think is really big wheels? Do you call 72 big wheels or 80s like ground control also made? I don't know, man.
I would say big wheels are like the big wheels. Not, you can't grind on big wheels. That's
Okay.
what I would say.
Okay.
I would say from 80s, the 82s I think is the. Again, it's like names. I'm bad with numbers and names.
No, it's from
But
80s. I think it's 80s.
It's
the
80s,
ground
yeah, I'd
control
say.
is 80, the frame 80, like the aluminum frame.
Yeah, that's it exactly. That's when I would say that's a big wheel and that's the big wheel skating. But man, I love it. It's just I'm literally on my 125 every day. If I'm going to the shop, I'd stick my skates on. And Stockport, my town in Manchester, there's hills everywhere. So
That's awesome.
it's the best. So I just love it. I love it all, man. It's amazing. Like, yeah, it's the best. It's just it's all skating.
Do you use the same boots or like with the shifts? Do you like? I'm asking this like do you use the same boots and you actually change the sole plate, or you have different boots? Because man, I know that I could change the frames from all my skates, but I'm not that I'm lazy. I can. I guess you can too. You can have more than one pair of skates, and it's just easy for me because depending on what I'm gonna get, I like one boot better, or I like one liner better, and I end up having way too many skates. But
yeah, it depends. If I've got my Cosmos just ready to put on my feet, just if I want to go to the shop. But if I'm going street skating or going to a park or whatever, then I'll take my grinding, the mega frames off, and I'll stick my big wheels on, and then skate to the spot and then change. But usually, if I know I'm going out just for a cruise, then I'll just stick my Cosmos on.
That's it. And you skate megas. You skate the megas. You skate 60. What size wheels do you skate? 65s?
Yeah, at the moment, actually, I'm on the 60s on the megas.
Okay.
Which is quite nice. I was at first skating the 64s.
Oh, the
I
Nils
thought I'd
wheel.
have a change. Yeah, I was skating the Nils, but I go back and forward. But like I say, at the moment, I'm on the mega. I'm really enjoying the 60s on the mega. Before that, I was on the. No, before that I was on the Featherlight 3s with my 60s with an anti-rocker setup. Mm-hmm. So it depends how I feel, but for the last couple of months,
the last times I tried to skate anti-rocker, it just doesn't go, man. They don't turn. I know, but it's just I was used to it. I used to skate them every day. I've been trying to shit with Be Free because I'm playing this game of skate with Be Free, and like every time it does tricks with top sides, I try to be lazy, so I put my anti-rocker frame with small wheels, like with 55s, just to try to shit on it. Like, but it doesn't work, man. I still don't get the trick, so I think I'm just gonna embrace it and just use the same frame the whole time because it's not working.
Yeah, I used to have the idea that, maybe if I go to a ledge spot, then I'll change to anti-rocker. But
it doesn't work.
Now it doesn't. You just once you're used to a certain thing, and I think skating with flat setup it just makes your skating more precise. Makes it more. Yeah, And
then in the end, you think of what I keep thinking. Like, of course, if I'm playing this game, I try to do the trick. But in the end, on the daily basis, and I used to be the one trying. I want to learn that trick, and I go and I try it until I get it. Nowadays, I really don't care if that makes sense. It's just like I do it. If I can do it, I'm happy. If I don't, well, I'll try it a few more times. But it's a different way of seeing skating. But I'm obviously not 15 or 17 anymore. So I respect that, and I think we need it. We need guys like trying those tricks. Like we need guys like Roman doing all that crazy stuff that you'll never be able to do that first try. It's just impossible. But it's a different type of skating. All these types of skating are needed.
Yeah, definitely, for sure, man. Like each level of it is appreciated in some way, whether it's by just yourself having fun or the other. It's all skating. As long as we're having fun as ourselves, then that's all that matters, really.
Okay. Sick.
That's what
so
I
let's
think.
conclude this. So we need someone who's watching this who can get Sonic the Hedgehog in size European 42 or UK 8 for some true spin topsouls and negative tricks. That's challenge number 1. Then the challenge number 2 goes to Andy Wagner. Challenge number 2 is we need shift Alex Burston Pro Skate so that we can get Fraser Watson on skates again. And I guess that's it.
I think the hardest challenge is getting Fraser on the skates again. We might have to
No, come on. I'm gonna give it a challenge. Come on, Fraser. I can't seriously, I can't even true top porn. Just do one for me. Just go out and do one for me. If you do it, I promise you. If he does it, I'll go, and I promise you I'll try it until I get it. But I never did it. I just suck at that trick. Too bad. But if he does it, I'll do it.
Right, so I'm showing him this. He's gonna listen to this and get on it, Fraser.
He is amazing, man. It's just like, for those listening to this who don't know what I'm talking about, well, you might have started skating like 2 or 3 years ago, because if you started before, I'm sure that you know this guy. He basically one of the biggest gap 2 rails ever, with one of the craziest tricks ever. So you need to see it. It's called San Dieguito. It's a double set with a huge rail, like a huge gap to a long rail. The first one who did it was, I think it was Santiago Asprua. The first one who did the gap was Dustin Latimer in the Transcend video, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're done.
All right.
You're good to go,
brother.
Man, good luck with everything.
And thank you. Next time I speak to you, there'll be a little baby.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Nice one.
We might have the 2 little babies playing together.
Oh, mate, for sure. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Awesome. Yeah, man. Thank you for talking to me, mate. It's been lovely.
No, thank you so much for spending the time with this. Good luck with Laura, and good luck with everything in life, huh?
Thank you very much.
Positive.
And shout out to
always.
Yes, stay positive. Shout out to everyone who skates, everyone who doesn't skate, everyone. I love you all. Stay positive, like Ricardo said. Keep doing your thing. I love you all.
Thanks, Alex. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Yes,
cheers,
Ricardo.
Man.
Speak soon, brother. Peace.
Cheers. And that was it. Awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this skate talk as much as I did. I really did. It's just, I got a smile on my face. I think my dog Deco, which is here on my side, it's even smiling to me. So I think I'm gonna go out to the dog and enjoy the rest of the day. See you guys on the next one. If you guys enjoyed this one, do not forget to give me some thumbs up. If you're not subscribing to the channel, now might be the right time to do it. And like I always say, just don't forget why we all started skating, because it's fun. Cheers, guys.
Vou viver até quando